Before we get started, I just want to do a quick thank you to you guys for hitting 300 subscribers. I'm literally like filled with joy. So yeah, thank you. Are there no guides on how to build your favorite DPS cookie? Well, now there is, because this video is it. I've compiled a guide that includes every single fighter cookie currently in the game, and I'm going to share it with you guys. As always, let's get started. Naturally, we're going to start with cream soda cookie. Now on screen, you'll see a little like guide sheet that I put together, and I'm no professional graphic designer, so I'm sorry if it looks a little messy or crappy, but yeah, feel free to use it. Her best artifact is going to be the Fruits of Labor. And this is because it is her signature artifact. It's really good on Cream Soda because when doing her combos, you're going to be attacking a lot, and every attack increases her own attack by 2% up to 6 times. And while you have that max of 6 stacks, you get an increased 30% elemental damage. This makes it outright her best option. Her second best is going to be Opportunity Strikes, which is Chili Pepper's signature weapon. The main reason why it's so good is the increased crit damage while you have above 75% HP. The only reason why it's not better than her own signature is that you typically don't want to be in that below 75% HP state to get the double crit damage. If neither of those are available to you, then Artistic Flourish will be your next best bet, as it increases the damage from every third basic attack, which is really good. And the final viable option is going to be Warrior's Oath. But due to its passive, you're only going to want to run it when she is being used with both Gumball and Rockstar Cookie. Her best weapon is going to be the Chilled Soda Rapier, as it gives a lot of attack, and because it's her signature weapon, it gives her a 20% total damage increase, which is obviously really good. Her best equipment set is going to be Sea Mermaid's Regalio, mainly because it gives water percent damage and water attack. But if that's not an option, then Sugar Feather Garments is also good. But keep in mind, one of its passives is actually RNG based, which is why it's not better. For Epic Headwear, Radiant Golden Rose Crown and Mysterious Bamboo Hat are her best. For the bodywear, Black Gothic Dress and Celestial Candy Cuirass are going to be her best. And finally for legwear, Dark Assassin Pants and Arum Dragon Armor are going to be the best. And before we continue, mainly to save myself time, those are the best for pretty much every single DPS currently in the game, besides one, and I don't really want to list it off every single time we get that, so that will be the only time I mention epic gear in this video, besides for the one special guest. Now, the ideal hidden powers are going to be crit rate, crit damage, and water damage. This is because it obviously just increases her overall damage. And finally, her best teammates are going to be Gumball Cookie and Rockstar Cookie. The next cookie is going to be Rye Cookie. Her guide will be on the screen right now. Alright, let's get into it. Her best artifact is going to be her signature, Sunset Pursuit. This is so good on her because every single time she hits a target, she increases her attack and elemental damage up to 8 times. And because she has really fast hitting abilities, she can stack that up in no time. Her next best option is Artistic Flourish, as because it increases the damage every third attack, and because Rye mainly focuses on her basic attacks, it's really good. And like before, you only want to run this if you're running her with cookies of the same element like plantain or chamomile. Her best weapon is going to be the Bittersweet Rye Pistols, which is her signature. And like cream soda, it's good because it gives her a lot of attack and increases her total damage output by 20%. Her best set is going to be Wind Spear's Attire, as it increases wind damage and wind attack. And like before, Sugar Feather Garments isn't a horrible choice either. For hidden powers, you want to focus on a mix of crit rate, crit damage, and wind damage. And her best teammates are going to be Plantain and Ninja, but Plantain is better than Ninja, and then Rockstar and Chamomile. The third DPS I'll be talking about today is going to be Dark Choco Cookie. His guide is going to be on screen right now. Okay, let's go. Dark Choco's best artifact is going to be No Turning Back. It's phenomenal on him, mainly because his charge attacks increase the crit damage of his skill and his ultimate. And honestly, I would say this is probably the best signature artifact currently in the game. His second best artifact is going to be Opportunity Strikes. primarily because of the extra crit damage that it provides. If you have neither of those, the rare artifact Sweetness Explosion will also work. He can use his passive surprisingly well, as when he's charging up his attack, he gains stacks of Sweetness Explosion to do extra damage with them. For the same reasons as everyone else, his signature, the Strawberry Jam Sword, is going to be his best weapon, as it increases his attack and his total damage. Unlike other DPS, I would actually not recommend the Sugar Feather Garments. While they are better than nothing, he just can't utilize it like everyone else can. His best hidden powers are going to be crit rate, crit damage, and dark attack. And his best teammates are going to be Alchemist Cookie, Chamomile Cookie, and Rockstar Cookie, but Rockstar is going to be better than Chamomile. Next up is going to be Chili Pepper Cookie. Her guide will be on screen right now. Alrighty. Her best artifact is going to be Opportunity Strikes. Not only is it her signature, but it's literally made for her kit, as whenever she uses her ultimate, she loses HP, meaning she can utilize both the above 75% HP and below 75% HP crit damage passives. The second best is going to be the Fruits of Labor, as because Chili Pepper attacks a lot, she can easily stack it up. Her best rare is going to be Lonesome Moonlight, as again, because she loses HP in her ultimate, she can utilize its passive quite well. Her best weapon is going to be her unique weapon, Pepper-Coated Short Blades, as it just increases her damage by a lot. Her best set is actually going to be Sugar Feather Garments, and that is because she focuses mainly on her basic attacks, so she's attacking a lot, which means that RNG passive will actually trigger a lot more than any other cookie. But Fire Demon's Raiment is also just as good, if you want that more consistent damage. For hidden powers, you do want to focus on mostly crit rate, fire attack, and defense penetration, as she typically already gets a lot of crit damage from the way her kit works. Her best teammates are going to be Cherry Cookie, Crushed Pepper Cookie, and Rockstar Cookie if you want that attack. The last epic fighter is going to be Sting Durian Cookie. He's the outlier I mentioned earlier in the video, and his guide is on screen right now. Boom, let's get into it. His best artifact is going to be, patrol time. And this is actually why Sting Durian is so interesting, as it reduces his crit rate by 15%, but it increases the damage from non-crit attacks by 50%, which is massive, and does indicate to us that the game doesn't want us to build crit on him. His second best is going to be Sunset Pursuit, which is good because it grants attack and elemental damage and no crit. Therefore, it works really well with Durian. And last but not least, Artistic Flourish, as he can utilize the every third basic attack is increased with damage. His best weapon is going to be the Durian Bazooka, as it's his signature, and it grants him a lot of attack and total damage, like every other cookie. His best equipment set is going to be Earth Descendants Vestment, as it grants a lot of earth damage and earth attack. Sugar Feather Garments is also quite viable. For epic gear, you want to run the Golden Orange Choco Spear, Mystical Aurora Hood for headwear, Celestial Candy Cuirass for bodywear, and finally for legwear it should be RM Dragon Armor. Sting Durian is going to want to be the only DPS to run that specific set of equipment, as he doesn't want to crit, unlike every other DPS that is currently in the game. And for his hidden powers, you want attack, earth attack, and defense penetration. No crit. Period. His best teammates are Twisted Donut, Rockstar, and Chamomile. Rockstar being better than Chamomile. The only rare DPS in the game is Werewolf Cookie. His guide will be on screen right now. We're almost at the end, so let's get into it. His best artifact is going to be the Fruits of Labor, as he attacks a lot, meaning he can keep the stacks up. His second best is going to be Opportunity Strikes, for that night crit damage. His best rare is going to be Lonesome Moonlight, so that way when he loses HP, his attack gets increased. His best weapon is going to be Werewolf Gloves, as it is his signature. His best set is going to be Count of Darkness Apparel, as it increases dark type damage. But Sugar Feather Garments are also a viable option. He does want the standard crit epic gear. His best hidden powers are going to be crit damage, crit rate, and dark type attack, with his best teammates being Alchemist Cookie and Rockstar Cookie. I also should note that Alchemist is a better tagger for Werewolf than Dark Choco. And the final cookie we have is the common Gingerbrave. His guide will be on screen right now. Let's get to the end with the OG. His best artifact is going to be the Cradle of Courage, as the attack bonus when defeating enemies is nice. His second best is going to be Lonesome Moonlight, as the attack after HP loss is nice. Third up is going to be Artistic Flourish, as the increased damage after every third basic attack is nice. Finally, Warrior's Oath. You can run this if you're running him with both Twisted Donut and Muscle Cookie, as the elemental damage is really good. I included all of these because currently there is no epic that actually works for Gingerbrave. His best weapon is going to be the Brave Candy Cane, as it is his signature. His best set is going to be Earth Descendant's Vestment, as it increases his damage, with Sugar Feather Garments also being viable. He will also run the standard crit epic gear. For hidden powers, you want to focus on crit rate, crit damage, and earth attack. His best teammates are going to be Twisted Donut, Rockstar, and Muscle. Whew, that was a lot to go through. I hope this helped you guys, as this video took quite a while to make, and I'm overall really happy with the final product. But before you go, I have a few more words. Happy early 4th of July for my fellow Americans. I will also be streaming Zenless Zone Zero on Twitch when it releases, so go follow me on there if you would like to be notified when that happens. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!